you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. How did the lady go miss? Her she was magic, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we caught a little rhythm. She caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Baltimore Ravens. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And the Raiders have got him.
Jackson.
Tanner Muse came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. And that is something that we just saw there that you obviously have to be prepared for when you try to defend Lamar Jackson. That likely will not be the last time that we see him take off.
I love your language there, partner. You have to be prepared for it, and you work at it. But I don't care how much you prepare, it is hard as heck to execute against Lamar Jackson. Great vision, great speed, tenacity, runs through tackles, makes people miss. It's always a long game when you're trying to corral Lamar Jackson.
Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
23-yard line.
There, maybe a yard up to the 24.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's McDonald. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. Rolling to his right. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Ravens have got it. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What'd I do? Rocky. Too rocky.
I saw that. I got it. And, and right now, they're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves if we're going to have that kind of a reference. They've got to get it together and start playing a little bit better ball.
Here's the Raiders punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, second and manageable. First downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Right back to Dobbins on first. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Jackson. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mecole Hardman. 34 yards, and the Ravens have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Raiders nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes this about 5 yards deep.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. It's McDonald. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
34-yard line.
They'll run. It's Dobbins. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at him right now and say, let's get away from him entirely to start throwing the football. But I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McDonald firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
And a Las Vegas 1st down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 11 yards there, just like last play.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
He's tackled at the...
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, McDonald. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Throw left side complete. It's Holt. And he's going to have this down deep into Vegas territory. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
At the 12-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Now Dobbins. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
They'll run with Dobbins, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. Let's think here. You're still just in the second quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show them you have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Offense set to get this drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On 1st down, McDonald on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. From the gun, McDonald. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Operating from the gun, McDonald. And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. From the gun, McDonald. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, McDonald, and that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
To throw again, Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
3rd down.
From the gun, McDonald. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. Gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
The ball carrier.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. McDonald sets to throw. Flush to his right, and he's got the hook up to Ruggs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Number 11, Henry Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs,
Touchdown.
29 yards. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Ravens 10, Raiders 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Jackson dancing to his left, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
2nd and 7.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run here with Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Play clock getting low, so Sean Payton says let's take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On 3rd down, Jackson completes it to Hardman. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
And a Raider 1st down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Here's McDonald off of the play fake. Rolling to his left. Past the 20. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big pickup of 38. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have taken the lead. He has been an integral part of the offense all season, and now in the playoffs he's carrying it over. Had the touchdown last week in the wild card game. Now his second TD of the playoffs.
Showing some consistency, and that's something that we have to keep in mind about the playoffs, because we often think you have to be spectacular in order to win. I think consistent is what you're looking for. That can get you to the finish line.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Jackson on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
3rd down and 12.
On 3rd down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I think this is where we see how the game has moved along a little bit. Free safety, no blitz, but reads the play, has no responsibility in coverage, and takes a gamble and goes and gets the quarterback.
Well, is that a spot, though, where when he's coming, the quarterback needs to be able to find somebody, or not necessarily?
Has to, because with that amount of time coming from the free safety position, someone should break open.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. An impressive 75-yard punt return. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is, can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a 1st down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
Set to kick off.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now it's Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
10.
Here's Dobbins. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 44. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Raven. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Forced out to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. So that'll back him up 5. They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Flushed out right. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take down evaluators, you guys really missed the boat on me.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quitting him.
0.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On second and goal, Jackson, and he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
Brings up third and goal.
Now Jackson. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Corey Littleton in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And this one is right through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
The Raiders take over first and 10. The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Second and 6.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Steps away. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Gets through, and now an opening. The 30, the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
The kick is good.
They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 36. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And there is a lot of shock in the stadium. The top seed, the favorites, really getting handled thus far in this divisional round and getting close to a disappointing one-and-done scenario in these playoffs.
From the gun, it's Jackson.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Listen up. Hey, report. Let's go. You tighten up. My game. Hey, watch the slant. Watch twist.
From the gun, Jackson. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
13.
Throwing again. Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And Jackson throwing once more. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Quit talking about it and bring it. My game. 3 buzz. Mike, 8.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll buy some time right. He'll let this go. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. From the gun, it's McDonald out to his left. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. The Raiders are moving on. Thanks for watching, everybody, and so long. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.